everyone. Hope you all have had your lunch. And welcome back to those who come back. And a warm welcome will be to the new members. Right. And first of all, I would like to tell you the class rules. The first one is please turn on your camera and turn on your mic. The second one is turn on your mic if you want to ask question or answer to the host. The third one is you are allowed to have snacks or drinks during the session. And last one, please be respectful to one another. Okay. All right. So before we start, allow me to introduce my team first, my mini team first. I am Shuhada. You can call me Miss Shu. And in the team, we also have Miss Atira and Mrs. Zati here. Can we have Miss
Hi,
Atira to introduce herself and say
hi
hi?
everyone. I am Miss Akira. Next one we have
Yes, Mrs. Zati?
Hi, my name is Zati.
All right. All righty. Thank you, Miss Atira and Mrs. Zati. See you later. All right. Okay, Pips. As usual, we start this week with a whole new and fun and magical English lesson. Everyone has seen our teaser video, right? Has everyone seen it? The one with the movies. Yes. So this week contains movies. Come on, who doesn't like movies? Anyone here who doesn't like movie? Anyone wants to hands up? I don't like movie. Who's that? Anyone who doesn't like movies? Who doesn't like watching movies? I bet no. So no one hates movies, right? Therefore, today we offer you all with three magical themed movies, which are, as you can see here in our poster here, we have Frozen, Fantastic Beasts, and Maleficent. So, since we are dealing with movies, let's get to our most comfortable seats. Grab your pillow, grab a bear or something you want to grab it, and get your popcorn and snacks ready. And here, I have my company, my bear. Okay, so I'm going to have my bear accompany me during the session to watch the movie. All right. Okay. All right. So before I start, I want to ask a question. What is the first? The question is, what is the first thing you see when you enter the cinema? Like once you got to your seat, what do you see? Anyone can answer me? What do you first see when you enter the cinema? Anyone wants to share?
Maleficent.
Maleficent? Oh, you watched Maleficent before? Okay. Okay. Soalan my question is, what do you see? Apa yang korang nampak dulu bila korang masuk dalam hall cinema tu, dalam cinema punya hall? What do you see first?
Anna and Frost.
Anna and Esa. Okay, screen. Aima said screen. Yat also said screen. Okay. Say screen. What do you have in the screen? Sita. Okay. What do you have in the screen just now? Ads, Aima, very good. So you first see the advertisements. So actually we also have advertisements. So now I nak iklan dulu. Okay? I nak iklan dulu. Tapi iklan tu tak adalah iklan sangat. Just we are going to give you the overview on what we will discuss today. Okay? So next slide please. Alright, for today's discussion, we will discover the first one, the reasons why learning English through movies is encouraged. Is very encouraged. Okay, kenapa kenapa belajar English melalui movie digalakkan. Alright, number two, how movies help you improve your English. And then thirdly, we will also share with you some English vocabularies, phrases, and expressions to use in your daily conversation. And last one, we are delighted to guide you on how to choose movies for learning English. Okay, next slide, please. All right, so the first one is why learning English through movies is encouraged. So here we are to share some reasons. Next slide, dear. All right. Okay, The first reason is because in the movies they show a real life English. Okay, this way you can listen to the native speaker who are using words, phrases, or expression according to the situation with different styles and gestures. Okay, you can actually see when, where, and how they use it. Like the word bank, for example, bank, BANK. All right, they have two meanings. In English, bank has two meanings, which is the first one, the meaning is as bank is an institution that produce money. Bank yang kita ambil duit, kita simpan duit semua tu. And then another meaning is the side of the river ataupun river bank dia panggil. Okay, kalau in Malay we call it tebing sungai. Alright, so ada dua benda, ada dua maksud kat situ. Jadi bila awak tengok movie, awak tengok konteks dia, you guys tengok konteks dia, you can actually understand, oh bank ni apa yang dia maksudkan, apa yang dia refer kepada bank tu sebenarnya, bank yang duit tu ke ataupun bank yang sungai tu. Alright, okay, the second reason is because we are watching English. Okay, we are watching English movies. So the actors are the native speakers. Therefore, they have better pronunciation. Okay, like okay lah, you said dalam drama Melayu pun ada actors cakap English, but I would say no to that because they are not native speaker. Okay, so their pronunciation can be a little bit off or not as accurate as the native speakers. Alright, but watching English movies with native speakers in it, you can learn the accurate pronunciation, sebutan yang tepat. So from watching English movies to learn English, it can help you improve your pronunciation and teach you indirectly the correct sounds of the words. Like for example, the word tree and three. Okay, tree and three. Tree as the woody plant ataupun pokok, and three the number. Okay, number 3. Alright. Okay. Next, you will get to learn native accents. Okay, accent ni dia macam logat. Okay, English also has many different logat. Like bahasa Melayu, we got Terengganu punya logat. Okay, we got Kelantanese, we got the Kedahan and Wakian, all that. Okay, also similar to English, they also have all that. So whenever you watch a movie, you can differentiate between the American accent, the British accent, the Australian accent, the Scottish accent, and it is fun to know those because it will help us understand different English speakers. Like we can guess where they are from. Okay, like if you heard someone saying water, okay, you can actually know that they are from Britain. If someone said water, then you know that that speaker is from America. Okay, and it is fun to know to learn the accent. Trust me. Okay, you will really have fun with it. And the last reason is you can explore the cultures because they show it in the movies. Okay, it is an advantage to learn languages through movies because it comes together with learning the culture. Unlike when you learn English through textbooks. Kalau belajar guna textbook je, you cannot see the cultures. Okay, or from formal lesson like you belajar English in class or in tuition ke, alright? But through movies, you can actually recognize if the speaker is from rural area when they speak like this, or you know that the speaker is from the city when he or she speaks like that. Okay, you can actually know that because of the culture. Right, you know that, right? Different culture, orang ni hidup dengan budaya yang berlainan, kampung budaya dia lain, bandar budaya dia lain. So kita punya language pun lain-lain. Okay, alright. So that's how it works for English too. Alright. So now you know that you can get many good things from learning English through movies. So let's go lah, change our style of learning English to make it more interesting. Alright. For now, I'll pass the mic to Miss Atira to continue.
Miss Atira, I think your mic is off.
Yes, your mic.
All right. Sorry. So hi everyone. Okay, so let's see how movies help you improve your English, right? Next slide. All right. So the first one is listening skill. you hear how things are said and pronounced, alright? So we all know that sometimes it can be hard to know how an English word are pronounced, right? So by hearing the native speaker speaking, so you know how things are said and pronounced. Okay. Number two is communication skill. You see one word to say something in different contexts. Okay. Can you hear my voice well, or is it? Can you hear my voice well?
I think just now it's a bit like yeah, say it's
Echoing.
gum.
How
Yeah.
about now? How about now? Is it okay?
Yeah, it's better now. It's
Okay.
clearer.
Right, sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, so the second one is the communication skills. You see when and where to say something in different contexts, okay? Right? Give you an example. For example, like a match. For some people, they think that match is something like to match. It means that you not matching something dengan something. Let's say you not match baju biru dengan seluar hitam. Okay, so the other person might think that match is munchies. Okay, so it depends on how the situation is. Let's say they are going for camping and the actor saying things like, "Where's the match?" And so it means that the munchies lah kan. Okay, so you know when you see when and where to say something in different contexts. Alright. So for the vocabulary, you understand what being said based on the action. Alright. For example, like I'm giving you the example of one word that have different meaning. For example, uh, let's say um, mat. Okay. For there are another word for mat. Okay. For example, like periods. There are some people they don't even know what is periods. What is another word for mat? Okay. So let's say the actor is saying that I am so furious, but you don't even know what it means by furious, kan? So you can see from the body language of the actor, you can see from the facial expression, then you know, oh, rupa-rupanya dia tengah marah. Saya sangat marah. So another word from that is period. So that's how the vocabulary are helping you to get more knowledge. Okay. So next slide. All right. So the next one is how to choose movie for learning English. Okay. Next. Okay. Okay, the first one is select a movie that suits your English level. It means that you have to choose a movie based on your current level of English. So let's say you are a beginner. So maybe you want to try something that very simple. For example, like a children's movie, like Frozen or maybe Toy Story. And I think that the latest one that we have is Raya. Have you guys watched Raya? I haven't watched it, but some people say it was good lah. Okay, so so you have to choose the movie based on your English level. Okay, but let's say if you are understand most of the language used and how the language uses, so maybe you can upgrade your you punya jenis movie tu boleh upgrade sikit lah daripada tengok cerita yang budak-budak punya kan. Okay. The second one is pick your favorite movie genre. Okay, so this one is rasa semua orang tahu. You have to choose a movie that you will enjoy. If you choose a movie that is boring, you tak akan fokus dia punya penggunaan bahasa tu, you tak akan fokus and you tak akan berminat. So agak susah lah untuk you belajar the next perkataan-perkataan bahasa Inggeris tu. Let's say if you don't want to choose the movie based on your genre, maybe you boleh pilih based on the actor ataupun the title. Biasanya kalau kita tengok movie kan, kita akan pilih tengok the actor dia siapa, actress dia siapa kan. Okay. The third one is choose a short movie. Why did I say that you have to choose a short movie? It's because that it will be more easier because it is quick and productive. Okay, because you boleh cari je short movie ni sebenarnya sometimes dekat YouTube pun banyak. There are like 10 minutes or 5 minutes. You can choose berapa minit yang you nak. Because short movie usually they don't use bahasa Inggeris yang sangat susah. So dia orang akan gunakan bahasa Inggeris yang mudah untuk you faham and cepat untuk belajar. Alright, so number 4 is avoid movies with heavy plot. For this one is you have to avoid movie with heavy plot. For sometimes there are movies that need you to think outside of the box. Need you to have the critical thinking. Okay, so you need to choose something that is very simple because if you are choosing the heavy plot, it's going to be hard for you because you have to understand the storyline and then you want to understand the language it uses. All right, so just choose the simple one for you that really suits you. Okay, so I will hand over to Mrs. Zati to proceed the next one.
All right, thank you, Miss Atira. Is my voice clear? You hear me?
Yes, clear.
All right, thank you. So, we've discussed about the hows and whys learning English through movies are encouraged and good. So, now we're going to let you know what are some of the phrases and expressions from the movies that can be used in your daily conversations. So, let's watch the first trailer for Frozen 2. All right. Um, Sorry for the technical issue, but from Frozen 2, we chose three phrases that can be used in your daily conversations. But these phrases depends on the situations and context lah. You have to think about it. So there are three phrases that we chose from Frozen 2, which are never a dull moment, living the dream, and never take the good for granted. So let's watch the clip for the first phrase. Please. Hmm.
We are sorry for the technical issue. We'll wait just a little bit, eh?
Yeah.
Eh. Hila says Elsa is very pretty.
Sounds
So you love
crazy,
Elsa.
but I believe. I know it sounds crazy.
Right.
I believe whoever's calling me is good. How can you say that? Look at our kingdom. I know. It's just that my magic can feel it. I can feel it. Okay. Oh no! What now?
The trolls?
Kristoff! Oh, we missed you. Hobby.
Oh, never a dull moment with you two. I hope you're prepared for what you've done, Elsa. Angry magical spirits are not for the faint of heart.
Why are they still angry? What does all of this have to do with Arendelle?
Let me see what I can see. The past is not what it seems.
Right. So the first phrase is never a dull moment. So if you translate this to Malay, never a dull moment means that tidak pernah membosankan. Meaning that the time I spend with you tidak pernah membosankan. In a sincere way, it means that everything is always fun and new things are always happening when you are with this person. But instead of that, we usually use this phrase to express our frustration with the system, dealing with a person or some challenging situation. And it is also usually used right in the moment when something unusual or frustrating occurs. Like we can see from the clip before, we saw Poddy said that, well, never a dull moment with you too. And if you notice, the tone of Poddy's voice, dia tak happy tau. He seems very disappointed and frustrated. So I think he is frustrated lah with this situation because every time uh, Anna and Elsa are together, something dangerous or something bad always happens. So we usually use this phrase to to apa to say that we are frustrated with something. It's like a kind of way of us saying this is annoying or you are annoying. Instead of saying that and you might hurt someone's feeling by saying that, we can use this phrase, never a dull moment. Another example is she forgot her purse and it's chaos over there. I tell you, there's never a dull moment with her. So let's move on with the next clip.
Enjoying your new permafrost, Olaf?
I'm just living the dream, Anna. Oh, how I wish this could last forever. And yet change mocks us with her beauty.
What's that?
Forgive me, maturity is making me poetic.
Alright. So the next phrase is living the dream. Living the dream is a modern take on the old expression, the American dream, which used to be supposedly what every American family was striving to achieve. Basically, the American dream ni macam the Americans want a two-story house with a big lawn ataupun ada swimming pool, and they dream of driving certain brands of car. That is the old expression. So living the dream is the modern take of it. We usually relate it to someone who is leading an extremely ideal life, especially in relation to one's career. So living the dream ni macam at some point of your life, you dream of something, so you get what you've been dreaming to sekarang. Macam as the example, I always wanted to be a famous singer, and now I'm living the dream. Masa dia muda, dia dream untuk menjadi seorang penyanyi yang popular, and now he or she is living the dream. Or Another way to say it is I always wanted to drive a Volkswagen and now I'm living the dream. Basically apa saja yang you impikan at some point of your life, you got it now. So you're living the dream. Alright, next. Click.
What else do you miss?
My father. He passed long before all this. He was a great man. Built us a good life in Arendelle, but taught me to never take the good for granted. He'd say, be prepared. Just when you think you found your way, life will throw you onto a new path.
What do you do when it does?
Don't give up. Take it one step at a time, and
Just do the next right thing?
yeah, you got it.
Alright, so the third phrase from the movie Frozen 2 is never take the good for granted. So it means that to properly recognize or appreciate someone or something because you believe it will not be available or stay exactly the same. Maknanya awak menghargai someone ataupun something because you know that it will not be with you forever. Sebab awak tahu ya you one day you might lose it. Okay, for example macam Lieutenant Matthias said in the clip before, even though his father brought them with a great life, maybe ada kesenangan hidup lah, but at the same time, his father reminded them never take the good for granted. Jangan sia-siakan apa saja yang awak ada tu just because you think it will be forever. Another example is the boss never take us for granted because he knows if we weren't here, this whole company would collapse. Alright, so I think that is all from Frozen 2. Let's move on to the next movie.
All right. So now we're moving to the new movie, which is this is the first series of Fantastic Beasts called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. All right. So if I may ask, if anyone here has watched this movie before? Anyone? Yeah, Harry Potter fans might have watched this. Anyone here? Not yet. Okay, it's okay. It's good for not watching it yet because next time you will watch it and learn some English. Okay, so don't worry yet. Okay, so basically this movie is about a wizard named Newt Scamander and a muggle or non-wizard Jacob Kowalski meeting various they are meeting various magical creatures and they had a journey to the magical world. All right, and if some of you have seen this movie before, you will know that most of the scenes in this movie take place within Newt's magical expanded suitcase. Suitcase yang dia masuk tadi tu, yang dia panggil orang macam tu tadi. Alright, okay, and that's where actually in the suitcase is Hades bawa dia pergi ke tempat where he takes care of the magical creatures. Dia ada jaga beberapa magical creatures, beberapa makhluk ni, makhluk magic untuk just for fun. He likes them. Okay. So without further ado, let's take a magical journey into Newt Scamander's suitcase. All right. No, not yet. Okay. All right. So here in Fantastic Beasts, you are provided with 3 new English vocabs and expressions, which the first one is muggle, the second one is a wee bit, and the last one you have here you are expression. So let's watch the first clip from the movie and see what is the new English they offer us. Next slide. Yeah. Next slide, please. All right, thank you so much. All right, from the card, you can see the word muggle, right? Okay, they in the movie it was used 2 times. So what is muggle actually? Okay, muggle. All right, there are 2 definitions of muggle. The first one, as used in the movie, as used by Newt Scamander just now, it refers to a person who do not have magical ability or power. Those who have no magic. Okay, those who do not have magic don't practice magic, yang tak ada kuasa magic. Okay, or it can also mean a person who does not have particular skill or knowledge. Okay, this definition of muggle, this second definition of muggle is more relatable to us. Okay, because we can call a person or our friends who do not have the same interest or skill with us as a muggle. All right, for example, as you can see in the purple box below, the first one is, when it comes to cooking, I'm a total muggle. Okay, so in this sentence, maksud dia, bila part masak je, masuk je cakap je pasal memasak, saya ni muggle. Because I don't know how to cook. Okay, tahu sikit je, tapi tak tahu banyak. So it's a muggle. Okay, kalau orang yang tak pandai masak, berkawan dengan orang yang pandai masak, orang yang pandai masak ni akan panggil orang yang tak pandai masak ni muggle. Alright, okay. And the second example, as you can see there, I'm a true fan of anime. My best friend is a muggle. Okay, so here in this sentence, it translates to saya peminat tegak anime, tapi kawan saya tak minat, so dia adalah muggle. Alright, so we can't call people who don't like, if we like anime, and then our friend doesn't like anime, so we can't call he or she a muggle. Ataupun ada orang tu, dia minat K-pop. Okay, and then kawan dia tak minat K-pop. You can't call your friend yang tak minat K-pop tu a muggle. Sebab dia tak tahu pasal K-pop, dia tak minat K-pop, dia don't share the same hobby with us. Okay? Alright, so far, do you understand how to use muggle? Anyone can show me an example of using a muggle? Anyone? Nak tulis ke dekat chat box, or you can turn on your mic if you want. Let's try. I love to, okay, by Yat, I love to cook, but my mother is a muggle. All right, okay, that's nice. That's funny. All right, anyone else wants to try? Anyone else would like to try? Writing a sentence? BTS Army. Okay, don't want to try? All right, we will try later, okay? We'll have some practice later. All right. Next, we have another clip, so let's watch it. All right. Okay, so now, as you can see in the clip, they provide us with two expressions. The first one is "weebit." Okay, "weebit." "Weebit" is an informal expression. Mostly, it is used in British English. That has similar meaning to a little bit. Okay, we usually use a little bit. Okay, and "weebit" is actually a Scottish English, the accent that used by English speakers who live in Scotland. Okay, it is Scottish, and as you can see the example, let's have some example here. The first one we have, I'm so sorry, I'm a wee bit late. Okay, you can use this with in your conversation with your friends and the people who are close to you, but not with your bosses or informal writing like essay dalam exam ke. No, cannot. Okay, it's because as I said before, it's an informal expression. Okay, just for conversation perhaps with your friends, dengan orang yang kita rapat sahaja. Okay, I'm so sorry, I'm a wee bit late. So instead of saying I'm so sorry, I'm a little bit late, so you change it a little bit to wee bit. Okay, I'm so sorry, I'm a wee bit late. Okay. Next, the second example is the noodle is a wee bit spicy. Okay, this is to say, maksud dia macam mi ni sedikit pedas. Okay, mi pedas macam gitu. Okay, just simple lah. Okay, just change a little bit into wee bit. Okay, that's how you use it. And I would say that wee bit is seems like a cute version of a little bit. Okay, just I don't know if for you, but for me it's cute. All right. Okay, so everyone's following the lesson of wee bit. I'm a wee bit sleepy. Okay, it's afternoon, so it's okay to feel a little bit wee bit sleepy. You may have your snacks if you have. Okay. All right, nice one everyone for trying. Okay, next slide please. All right, so in the same clip just now, you can see that Newt is using the expression here you are, here you are. So what does it really mean? Here you are ni. Okay, it has two meanings. Okay, it has two ada dua situasi where you can use this expression. Okay, here you are is an expression used to comfort someone. Okay, kita guna here you are bila kita nak tenangkan orang from being nervous ke, orang tu marah ke, and then kita bagi tahu here you are, here you are. Okay, dengan lembut lah. Okay, alright. Or in another context, it can also be used when you are giving something to someone, when you are handing something to someone, bila nak hulurkan sesuatu. Okay, contohnya masa kawan kita, like for example, our friends, dia minta nak pinjam pencil. Okay, so bila kita nak bagi dekat dia tu, kita say here you are sambil hulur sambil handing ataupun hulur pencil tu dekat dia. Okay, you can use that. And so here you are provided with some more examples on how to use here you are. Okay, the first one is for comforting someone, untuk tenangkan orang ataupun untuk untuk tenangkan orang. Alright. Okay, so here you are, don't be so nervous about the competition. So in the use of here you are in this sentence, it refers to the situation when kawan kita ataupun kawan awak nervous sebab nak masuk pertandingan atau apa-apa sajalah, nak masuk apa yang buatkan dia nervous. So so kita nak tenangkan dia. Okay, so kita nak tenangkan dia, and then kita just say here you are, don't be so nervous about the competition. Or you can also just say here you are while patting her back ataupun her head. Okay, his or her head, anything. And it alright. And then the second example is used when you want to handing something to someone. Okay, like for example here you are, here coffee. Okay, dekat sini pula in this sentence, contohnya awak kerja dekat Starbucks ke, dekat restoran ke apa. Okay, then you nak hulurkan coffee to your customer. Okay, so you can use this here you are, your coffee, have a nice day. Okay, so you can I said before, you can also use here you are. Alright, not the latter one, your coffee too, is not necessary, but it's okay if you want to say that. Okay, alright, so that's it for the English that we can get from Fantastic Beasts. Next, we will move to the next movie, Maleficent, and I would like to invite Miss Atira to continue.
Alright. We have the clip there, so we watch the clip first, alright?
One can never be too careful. Godmother! This isn't you. You do not know me.
Alright, so can you guys hear my voice well? Is it okay? Is it still bergema? No, right?
Not really.
Not yet. It's okay. Alright, so we are moving to our last movie, which is the Maleficent. So have you guys watched Maleficent before? Is there anyone of you who have watched it before? Anyone? No? No one? Alright, so I guess that Maleficent was out on 2014 for the first one, and the latest one is on 2019. Alright, so in this movie, we are going to learn the phrases. We are going to learn 3 phrases. The first one is love doesn't always end well, it's the number 2, one can never be too careful. The third one is this isn't a war, it's a massacre. Alright, so we watch the clip first and then we move on to the explanation. Next slide.
Why don't you like Philip?
Well, for one thing, he's human.
I'm a human.
And I have never held that against you.
Until I fell in love.
Love doesn't always end well, Beastie.
Alright. So we all know that Maleficent is actually a fairy, a dark fairy. She has the element that can control the natural element like weather, root, something like that. And she also can shape and sweep the other creature. It says that she is the Aurora fairy godmother. The girl who are wearing the blue dress is Aurora, and she is the daughter like macam anak angkat kepada Maleficent tu. Okay, so Maleficent said that love doesn't always end well, Misty. It means that uh, uh, Princess Aurora is getting married to Prince Philip, but Maleficent does not agree to that. So that's why she said love doesn't always end well these days. Sometimes you know that things do not always go as we plan. With plan B, it turns out to be B. With plan B, it turns out to be Z. Something like that. Alright, so why does Maleficent call Aurora as a beastie? Beastie is actually a real or imaginary animal or creature that you love. And of course, it's a Scottish slang. Okay, so beastie means that we all know that Maleficent is actually a fairy creature, and Princess Aurora is a human creature. So Maleficent think that Aurora is another creature. So that's why dia anggap yang Aurora tu adalah makhluk lain yang bernama manusia. So that's why she call Aurora as a beastie. Okay, for example, like example there, you can see that keep still, you've got a beastie in your hair. Okay, duduk diam, tunggu sekejap, ada serangga pada rambut awak. Okay, so we all know that beastie adalah makhluk ataupun haiwan lain lah kan. Okay, another one is Pinto is such a beastie in the movie Maleficent. He is adorable. Who is Pinto? Pinto itu adalah, can you see the picture there? The small tiny creature that have long hair tu, that is Pinto. So Pinto ni pun adalah another creature in the Maleficent, which is very cute. Okay, so that's what it means by beastie. Next one.
Our days of war are over. Ingrid, you see where I've had you placed? Right behind me.
And that's where I'll always be.
Ingrid, I said we had no need of arms.
One can never be too careful.
All right. So we know that the old man is the king and that woman is the queen Ingrid. Okay. So the king said that the war is over. So it means that right now they are living a very peaceful life. But Queen Ingrid actually have orang kata pandangan yang lain. So what it means by one can never be too careful, it is an idiomatic phrase. The phrase means that the situation in which one should be very careful or need to be watchful, prepared, and prudent, advising someone to be careful even when this seems unnecessary. So that's why Queen Ingrid said one can never be too careful. While the king said that that's the end of our war. So it means that Queen Ingrid tu anggap kan macam kita masih perlu berjaga-jaga walaupun kita hidup dalam keadaan aman. So we never know what will happen in the future. So that's why she said that one can never be too careful. Okay, for another example is I never disclose personal information online. Well, you can't be too careful when surfing the internet. So it means that macam kita kan, okay, kita kata okay, kita tak pernah pun kita bongkar kita punya personal information online. I never keep in any data of my personal online. But when it comes to surfing the internet, we know that there's a lot of harmful things. Sometimes even kita tak tahu pun scammer tu dapat mana nombor kita kan. So that's why you have to be careful when surfing the internet. One can never be too careful. Even you dah berhati-hati sekalipun, you have to put a precautions. Okay, so we move to the last slide. Next clip.
Mother! You have to stop this!
We are at war.
This isn't a war, it's a massacre!
Philip, you don't understand. These creatures stand between us and everything we need to survive.
Okay, so that man is a Prince Philip, son of the Queen Ingrid. So Prince Philip said to his mother, this isn't a war, it's a massacre. But her mother said that this is a war. Why is that happening? Okay, so the word massacre word is from a French term for butchery or carnage. the killing of a large number of people at the same time in a violent and cruel way. Okay, so Prince Philip kata, ini adalah bukan peperangan, tapi ini adalah pembunuhan secara besar-besaran. It means that his mother, Queen Ingrid, actually planning for the massacre. Maksudnya she's pretending like she's trying to protect the kingdom, but actually she is not. She's trying to destroy the Maleficent. Okay, so dia hanya pentingkan diri sendiri lah. So that's why dia melakukan pembunuhan secara besar-besaran, just because to make sure that her dreams come true. Okay, so another example that I can give you is they caught the terrorist who was responsible for the massacre and placed him under arrest. Okay, so mereka telah berjaya menangkap pengganas yang sepatutnya bertanggungjawab dalam pembunuhan secara besar-besaran. Another one is the French massacre was particularly bloody with over 100 lives lost. Okay, so there is a slight difference between the war and a massacre. So I hope that you get the difference between these two words, alright? So the next one is you guys are going to have fun and we are going to do some games, and I will hand over to Mrs. Zati to proceed with the next one.
All right. Let's have some fun. So we've learned some phrases and words from the movies. So now let's practice. That's like challenge time. So for this activity, you have to match the answer to the questions. On the left side are the explanations, and on your right side adalah perkataan tu. So you have to match the perkataan with the explanation. Right? So if you want to answer, you can turn on your mic or just type your answer in the chat box. Alright? So let's start. Question 1. To accept, tolerate, or endure something, especially something unpleasant. So what is the answer? You can turn on your mic. To accept, tolerate, or endure something, especially something unpleasant. Anyone? You can type. All right. Bear. Bear. Okay, good job, Daniel and Raikal. So the next question is, which of these are the Scottish slangs? Which of these are the Scottish slangs? Ada dua. Okay, Yat said beastie. Another one is ribbit. Alright, congratulations Yat and Putri. Alright, the next question. There was a terrible blank of villages here during the war. So what is the answer? There was a terrible blank of villages here during the war. Massacre. All right, good job. Massacre. The answer is massacre. So the last question is, Sam is a blank among his friends. He is the only one who doesn't have a smartphone. So which one is the answer? Alright, the answer is muggle. Good job everyone. So let's move on to the second activity. Alright, so make a sentence using one of these phrases below. So tadi kan we learn about phrases, and these are some of the phrases. So make a sentence using any one of it. Never a dull moment, never take the good for granted, living the dream, and here you are. Now you can turn on your mic or just type on the in the chat box. Anyone wants to try?
Come on guys, let's try. Anyone? If you don't want to voice out, you just can type on the chat box. Come on.
Go on. want to go to Vegas and live my dream.
Yes, Farah Suzy. Make a sentence using that one.
I wanted to be a YouTuber and now I'm living the dream. Yes, Ken. Good job. Family. I love my family. Now I live my dream with my happy family. Anyone else?
Good job, Daniel and Yai. Next try.
Sorry for the noise. She's such a nice lady. I'll never take her for granted. My sister is clumsy. Never a dull moment with her. Good job. Alright. I think
Farah Suzy say, I want to go to the Langkawi and live my dream. Wow, you really like Langkawi, yeah?
Langkawi. Raika said, here you are, your favorite chocolate.
Chocolate, yeah.
Okay.
Good job,
Good
everyone.
job, everyone. So,
Nice try.
good job, well done. So with that, I think it's the end of our session for this week. Thank you everyone for joining in. And oh yeah, before I forget, please fill in the evaluation form. The link will be posted in the chat box. Yes, later. So thank you again everyone for joining us. So I hope you guys can tune in again next week for another new topic, which is Hear Me Out. We are going to explore the ways how to properly argue and counter argue someone's argument. So don't forget to join us again next week, same time, same day, and follow us on our social media accounts. Thank you, everyone. Assalamualaikum and have a blessed Ramadan.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
Putri.
everyone.
Thank you, Farah. Yeah, I hope that you guys to see you soon again next week.